This is Corinna from Shared Legacy Farms. Joined us, we are introducing our new CSA coach. Her name is Cadie Jardin, and she's going to be doing a lot of really great stuff with us this coming year. A lot of video training and coaching, and she'll be running the private Facebook page to talk about. So what are the top, the top 10 kitchen tools that we all need to have if you're going to start CSA? If we had to make a recommendation that start with these things, what would that list be? And so we're going to kind of dive into that a little bit right now. We're not going to get to all of them, but we're going to kind of go into it. We do have a little freebie at the end of the video. We're going to tell you about a link where you can go to get all the information, detailed information about what we're sharing today, but hang on until we get to the end. We'll tell you what that is. So, Cadie, why don't you get started and just kind of, in no particular order, just start sharing with us some of the things that showed up on that list.
Perfect. So I will say that these things that we are going to talk about right now have definitely been huge game changers for really reducing waste and allowing me to use my box more efficiently and in a timely manner. So the first one that we're going to talk about are just some basic storage bags. We've got Ziplocs here. I like to have a different variety of sizes, some quarts and also some gallons. I get the freezer ones because I do freeze my vegetables and sauces or puree different things, or you guys were saying you made some pesto and froze it, so they're great for freezing food items, but also just for meal prep and cutting up some veggies and maybe storing them, even just like packing up snacks and having things that are easy to grab on the go. So I definitely use a decent amount of Ziplocs in my house. The other ones are my favorite ones. They are these green bags. This is Ever Fresh. These are the ones that I usually use. I know there's another brand out there too. I like these because they come with some different sizes. So they have some small, medium, and large.
Why don't you open them up so you can see how big they are?
So I actually am using one right now. This is a small one. This actually has some kale in it, and these green bags really help to keep your greens fresher longer. This kale is actually, I'm going to say, on week 3.
So you washed that kale?
Yep, I washed it.
Before you put it in there? And
I dried it.
Because a lot of produce. I think these bags actually absorb ethylene gas.
Yes.
And that is something that is given off by vegetables as soon as you harvest them. Actually, I think it's given off while they're still on the plant. But when you cut it, then it really starts giving it off, and that's what will start breaking it down and making it rot. So this absorbs that, and that's what extends the life of the produce.
Having them stored properly and washing them and having them ready to go in these green bags also makes you more apt to use them during the week. For example, when I got this kale, it was on sale. I washed it, I dried it. We'll talk about that in a second. I have it in this bag, and then I've grabbed kale out of here to throw into a soup, to throw into scrambled eggs. So it's already prepped and ready to go. So having things in your refrigerator that are ready are just going to make you that much more successful planning a meal and just sneaking some veggies in when you don't think you have time to get them ready.
You can reuse these for up to,
I think they say 8 or 9 times per bag, which
I've gone longer.
I don't really keep track. I was going to say, I don't know how you keep track.
I guess
maybe
you
could if you were super organized. Maybe when I don't have a toddler, I would keep track of how many times I've used them.
And how much are they? They're not ridiculous.
About $10.
$10, right? And you're using them for at least a whole season.
At least.
So well worth the investment.
Yes, I cannot stress enough. So this was something
everybody brings this up. Well, now maybe like 10% of them of the masters don't bring it up, but yeah.
So this is something I didn't have my first 2 years, and it was really frustrating without it. So I was a person that was washing my greens, all the greens that you get those first few weeks, and trying to let them dry in a towel, and I was trying to blot them dry and get them dry because you do want them relatively dry before you go to store them. This really, I'm going to say, has saved hours in my kitchen doing that. It also makes me not really mind washing and cleaning the greens. It's not like it's going to take up a long period of time. So I usually wash them, put them in, this is a salad spinner or a green spinner. There's lots of different brands out there. You wash your greens, you put them in here, you put this up on top, and you literally just spin them dry by turning this.
This is a great kids project.
And the kids love to do this. My kid, Jen and Josiah, love to spin.
Perfect. So getting kids involved in the kitchen is super fantastic, and they're going to be more apt to eat the food.
And this tool not crazy expensive either, in the $25, $30
I'm going to say
range.
$20 to $30.
I know that Cooks Illustrated does a lot of reviews of the kitchen equipment, and they recommend the OXO brand one. awesome.
I think
Just a green version? Might be.
This is something I'm pretty sure I got at Kroger in like a moment of frustration where I looked at it and I was like, I'm getting that salad spinner. I deserve it. I need it.
Yeah.
So I threw that in my cart, and I didn't feel bad about it. So
a lot of people have this. Not everyone, but a lot of people do, and they say it has saved a ton of time. It makes kind of removes that barrier of, oh, I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to wash the greens. But now this makes it so fast. It's like, oh,
easy.
I don't mind.
And the other thing that we talked a little bit about is, this, if I only have time to do one thing the night that I get home or whenever I get my box for that matter, it's getting my greens clean and cutting the tops off my carrots or off the other greens, and I just wash them and put them in the bags, even if I don't know what to do with them. So if I don't know what I'm going to do with the carrot tops, or I don't know what I'm going to do with like the beet tops, I just get them washed, put them in the bags, and I'll worry about it later. And that way you have it done. You're going to be more apt to use them, and it's also going to save those vegetables and make those veggies last a little longer. So if you do one thing that night, it needs to be get those greens washed and cleaned.
Yep. Now you love mason jars.
I think I have like a little obsession with mason jars. My husband makes fun of me. He's like, does everyone need several cases of mason jars? But I like them for so many reasons. The first thing is that they keep veggies fresh for a long period of time. So if I'm cutting up cucumbers or carrots or celery or something that I want to pack as snacks or even use later on that week, I have found that these will keep them like crisp and crunchy even after they're cut for up to 5 days, even cucumbers. So making those prepped veggies last longer in your fridge is huge for me because I only have so much time to prep. So I use these to store cut up veggies. I also use these to pack our meals a lot. If you follow me on Instagram or any type of social media, you'll see I will put spaghetti sauce down here and load it up with zoodles or like spiralized zucchini up top. I will make mason jar salads. I will make a taco salad stacked up in here, and that's because when I'm making dinner, if I can make a little bit more, I put it in the masons, and it's just something that we can grab on the go. I also use them to store soups and sauces, so when you're making those with your vegetables.
Or chicken broth.
Chicken broth.
Like if I make it and I know I'm going to use it the next few days, that's a great way to store liquids in the fridge.
So a great storage tool.
And then obviously you can use them for candy, right? So when you're actually doing preserving, then you've got them there to double check.
Multiple uses.
Right. Great, that's a great tool. I love that. Let's talk about something that seems very basic, but every single person that I've talked to has mentioned this item as an absolute must in the kitchen.
Yeah, a chef's knife. For chopping, for dicing, whatever it may be. If you go on cooksillustrated.com, again, they have some really great references. They look at different knives out there and they'll kind of give you some ratings, and I think you can also look at different price ranges.
Right. They'll give you like the best buy, and then they'll give you like the amazing expensive one too. Yeah. So
don't be scared to put some money to a nice knife, and even if you don't, like I said, if you have kind of a middle of the road knife, you really want to make sure you keep it sharp. Yeah. It will make all the difference in your chopping and your cutting. It's also a lot safer, so you do want to make sure you sharpen your knives on a regular basis. Something to roast your veggies on. So this could be something like a cookie sheet or a jelly roll pan, but roasting is something that is easy to do, and the variety of veggies that can be roasted really keeps on going. Last night I roasted carrots. I didn't have to do anything to them besides wash them. We actually just roasted them whole. I put some oil, some salt and pepper, threw them in at 400, and it was perfect. Like they tasted like.
This is one of the key exit strategies that the musters use. I found a lot of examples of what they do. They get to the end of the week and they don't know what to do with those last leftover things. And this is one of their go-to default settings. They're like, oh, can I roast it? Can I freeze it? They kind of have these 3 or 4 questions that they go through. And a lot of them, this is their default setting. They try to roast it first. So like they said, they just chop it up, they mix them all together, put some oil on it, salt and pepper, and it's real simple. And it's done in 20 minutes, depending on how small you chop it. So it's a really fast and easy way. I also have heard some people talking about sheet pan recipes, and if you want to just Google that, that's kind of been blowing my mind. I've never done that myself, but where they're essentially taking, they make like 3 quadrants, have like their chicken, they'll have their chopped vegetable, and then they'll have like some chopped potatoes, and seasoned or glazed a certain way, and they just stick it all in at the same time, and it, you know, comes out and it's all ready, and it's just an entire meal ready to go in 40 minutes. So,
but so we had the roasted carrots. I had spiralized potatoes. So they're like really small, like kind of supposed to be curly fries, but they didn't quite turn out that way. But we had the carrots, we had the spiralized potatoes, and then I had a little foil here to separate it, but we also had some fish. And I cooked it all in the oven. I took the fish out a little sooner, but it was perfect. Like one pan and I cooked dinner. It was amazing.
Clean up, just
Done.
like that. Yeah. So this is a really great versatile tool. Let's just do the last one that we're going to discuss. What is this for?
So this is for everything. This is a large stock pot, stew pot, and you can really use it for all of those things. I actually have one, and I just left this in here so I could show you. I think I got this from Bed Bath & Beyond, and it was maybe $20 to $30, but it comes with a steamer, which is another exit strategy or way to use your veggies that's pretty easy. So I have that in there.
But also a colander.
Yeah, there you go. You love those. So I use this to make soup and stew, which is a great way to use veggies. And that's actually one of the ways that I've kind of tricked my family into eating cooked greens, because we really weren't like a cooked green family. We just weren't raised to eat cooked greens. So this has been a great way where I can throw in the tops of some of the veggies or kale, things that you can get a lot of greens in by eating soup or stew that way. It's also great to make stock from, which is another thing that a lot of you guys are saying. So if you're not sure what to do with a lot of the veggies or the tops of the veggies, or you have leftover ones, kind of throwing those in the freezer when you have a big batch, making some vegetable stock out of them. So
we should do a whole video on how to make vegetable stock, because it's really easy and
food.
Plus then you feel like you're not wasting anything. I mean, even the tops of the onions that you kind of don't use, you throw them in that freezer bag and throw them in here, and you just feel really good about how I didn't waste a single thing.
You didn't waste anything. So this is absolutely essential too, especially if you're nervous or feel like you do throw away a lot of those things.
Well, this has been great. So we've gone through, I think, 6 different tools here, and going through some of my research, I began to kind of compile a list. I didn't take everything that everyone said. I kind of looked for patterns, but we kind of categorized them into 3 different categories. So if you'd like to see what that list is, that's a freebie that we made, and you can get that PDF document if you go to www.sharedlegacyfarms.com/master-tools. So sharedlegacyfarms.com/master-tools, and you'll be able to download that freebie, and I think it's three pages, 1 page for each of the categories, and that'll just help you. We didn't cover all 10 items on the basic list. We only got to 6 of them, so if you want to see what the other ones are, go and grab that. So again, sharedlegacyfarms.com/master-tools. And if you've recently joined our CSA, that list is going to be really, really helpful for you. It's going to kind of give you a starting place to ask yourself, well, what do I look at my inventory in my kitchen and make some decisions about what do I want to invest in? Is it worth spending $10 on green bags?
Yes.
I think it kind of is. You know, it's not that expensive. Try it out and it'll make a big difference. Go ahead and leave some comments. We're going to be signing off here in just a second, but if you have a question or a comment, we'll check back, and we can certainly write some responses in the comments section. Thanks so much for joining us, you guys, and good luck in the kitchen. Maybe think about these items for Christmas presents. And it might be a fun time to do that.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. Have a great one. See ya.
Bye.